Good morning. Welcome to the Morning Muse with Ginger. How are you? How was your weekend? Today's a holiday, so there might be more viewers today, or people might still be sleeping. I don't know. I just noticed my cow cup matches my jacket today. Isn't it cute? I love it. First 7 seconds, somebody's on, and then they disappear. Wait longer than 7 seconds, please. Those of you who know me and have been on the program before, thank you so much for returning. And they all know I like to ramble for a few minutes just to let people have the time to get on. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing because you can go back and watch it. However, usually what I say at the very beginning is kind of important. So I don't want people to miss that and jump in and be like, what is she even talking about? Um, okay, so today I titled this Anxiety, Depression. Yeah, it's a question. Have you ever had it? Maybe you don't have it, but have you experienced it? Have you ever experienced anxiety? Guys, when you have an anxiety attack, if you've never had one, let me tell you, you think you're having a heart attack. The pain is excruciating. You can't breathe. You just feel like death is right there. I've heard one person who had asthma, who had an anxiety attack, thought she was having an asthma attack. So if you have asthma, people tell me that it's very similar. I don't know. I don't have asthma. Um, but I want to talk about the relief of depression and anxiety. I'm not a doctor. I don't know any medical reasons or anything like that. Big disclaimer, okay, I'm not a doctor. I had anxiety severely. I had depression severely. So I'm going from my experiences on this, and let me tell you, they were pretty traumatic. So I don't know if anybody's on. If you're on, give me a thumbs up because this is going to be a participation. Okay. So my mentor had done this a week or so ago, and it just happened to be on the day that I was going to do this video. And then what happened was I saw her doing it and I was like, "Oh, she's so powerful. I'm not going to make that look good now and I'm going to look like I'm copying her and blah blah blah." So I didn't do it. I thought I'll save it for another day. First of all, shame on me because I know I'm not copying somebody and I'm doing the best I can and I'm doing it from my heart. So shame on me for thinking that way because I'm just as good as everyone as anybody else. Okay? I am enough. And so by me not doing this show that day because she did it, that was wrong of me. And I apologize. But the Lord let something else on my heart that day. So it all worked out. But now I've gone back and I watched her video and I thought, instead of feeling like I'm copying, maybe I could get some good pointers off of her, something that I wasn't going to say in my discussion. And I did. So, this is something that she had you experience on the show. And I'm going to do the same for you. So, yes, I am copying, but it is all from a good intention. Okay. Anxiety and depression. When we get that and we get overwhelmed and we don't know what direction to go and we just don't feel good, we're kind of, ah, that's really how you feel. There's some times where you can do nothing except for just scream. It's kind of weird if you're in a grocery store and do it, but that's happened before. You just need to let it out. Okay, and this is to keep you from getting deep into the anxiety and depression because it needs to be released. Okay, again, I'm not a doctor. Um, but I've been there, and when that's bottled up, and introverts have even a harder time with it, I believe, because they're quieter and they don't wanna come out of their shell. They don't want to bother anybody, even though they feel incredibly horrible. They don't wanna hurt anybody else. So, sorry, I've been dealing with the sinus thing for since Thanksgiving. It's finally breaking up, so I apologize for all the sniffling and coughing and yeah, yuck. So I'm gonna have you do exactly, um, what I had learned from her show. Okay, everybody who's on, I want you to take it 3 deep breaths in and release it slowly. Bear with me, just do it. And while you were doing that, you may have been thinking, "What is the point of this? Why are we doing this?" But I want you to do it again while I'm talking, and I want you to imagine seeing. Have you ever looked at one of those, like, if you've gone to a museum or something and you've seen all the gears, how everything works on a machine, and, like, they open it up. The old tractors are like that, the old Internationals. You could lift up this well, you didn't have to lift it up the side on those, but if you lifted up the side and you could look in something mechanical, and you could see the dials turning and the chains going around and the little pins going up and down, you could see everything and how it worked. I want you to imagine that inside your body. I want you to look inside while you're breathing and see the blood flowing around. See your lungs filling in and out with air. Watching your mind turn, that's the little dials. It's turning, trying to figure out, "Well, what's going on here? What's happening?" It's got all those things happening. Watching the platelets and watching your muscles as you grab something, how they retract and expand. Watching everything in your body, how it actually works. Guys, that is so amazing on how it all works. So when you're having anxiety and depression and and you need to do this, you need to just take those breaths and watch how everything works in your body. Everything has a purpose. Everything works for a reason. The reason why we get anxiety and depression for the most part is because we think, well, this person expects this of me, and I expect too much of myself, and this person wants this. And we never just take the time to look in ourselves. Everything is working the way it's supposed to. Maybe you have an illness or something that something doesn't work, but that's okay too. What if you're one of those people that you have no gallbladder, okay? Your body is still working the way it's supposed to. Everything functions correctly from where we are and who we are. Now, we're going to go in a dark place here. What if you are taking that last breath of life? And everything stops working. What are you thinking in those last moments? Are you thinking, "I wish I would have done this? I wish I wouldn't have felt that. I didn't accomplish this?" Or are you gonna be saying, "I did everything that I could. I was happy. I strived. I loved with all my heart." When you have anxiety and depression, it holds you back from being able to accomplish those life goals that you've set out. It can cause laziness, it can cause anxiety, and people with anxiety and depression watching this right now are probably going, "She's right, oh my goodness." We don't have to allow this. Now, if you're on medications and again, I'm not a doctor. You need to take those. That's between you and your doctor. I'm just saying how to control the mind aspect of it. Guys, I've been there. You have no idea. If you go to Heart's Discernment and get on the page, you can listen to my story and you can know how severe and how bad it was for me. And that's why I do what I do, because I want to be able to help the next person skip all the crap and garbage that I went through and get you to a place quickly of being able to take that deep breath and be able to move forward into a place that you want to be, not that you're going to be someday. Because what you want to accomplish, what you want to do with your life is absolutely obtainable. You can have your mind clear. You can calm down. You can recognize life for the way it is beautifully. But you have to choose medication or no medication. You have to choose how you want to take your breaths now and how you want to reflect when you're taking your last breaths. Life goes by so fast. I'm turning 50 in February. And I was out working the other day in the yard and I thought, how I literally did the math. I literally, like literally added and subtracted and did all this stuff. Like how am I turning 50? I don't feel older than 35 or 40. Like I don't know how I'm supposed to feel at 50 because I've never been here, but I used to view 50 as that's old. I still feel so young. I still feel so full of life. Granted, my body is arguing with me, but and at 50 years old, I am not 50 yet, but at 50, I've just now accomplished being an author, have a series of books being written, being a coach, helping people, pulling them out of the fire, out of the situations that I was in, teaching them how to get out of it that much faster so they don't have to suffer as long. So maybe they're in their 30s. Instead of waiting until they're 50 or 60 to figure it out, I'm going to help you now. So by 35, you're done and you can live the rest of your life in harmony and happy and not struggle as long and hard as I did. I'm here to help you. Recognize the tools in your body, everything that's working. Know how precious every breath is and accomplish what you want. Not what your mother wants, not what your brother wants, not what your kids want. You know, my kids thinks I'm not, oh yeah, okay, oh, you're gonna be a life coach. Oh yeah, okay. You, yeah. I've always said in order to be a counselor, you gotta be pretty crazy to understand the crazy. Now, please don't take that to heart because I'm one of the crazy ones. That's why I feel I can say that. I'm not trying to offend anybody, but in my experience, I've had the counselor, I've had the coach. Coach don't play around. The counselor is controlled. Maybe you feel like, well, Ginger, I know you, and well, you don't know me. And unless you're currently active in my life, you don't know me. You knew me. But if you feel like, yeah, I can never have you as a coach just because we're friends or because I know you, we went to school together, whatever, that's okay. I can connect you. I have a whole society of people in my world that are all coaches. You call me and say, "Hey, I want to coach, but I feel too close to you. I don't want you to be my coach." I will not be offended. Kudos to you. I will be clapping and praising you and saying, "Yes, girl, get it. Let me connect you. Here is a list of coaches that specialize in what you're going through. Let me hook you up." Guys, you don't have to have me be your coach. That's not what this is about. What this is about is you feeling better, you getting better, you getting what you deserve out of life. So if you want to talk, but you don't want to talk to me, just send me a message. Hey, can you hook me up with somebody? Okay. I would be so honored to help you get the help. It doesn't have to be through me. I am nobody special, but I do want you to get what you need out of life. I'll be happy to guide you. Guys, this was kind of all over the place today, but depression and anxiety are so serious. They are so real. And if you go over to Heart's Discernment, the Facebook group, join there, watch the guides, you will see my story and you will understand where I'm coming from and why I can understand what it is maybe you're going through. It is a very serious thing, and we need to help people before it's too late. And there are some people that just here's the problem, okay? Here is the total problem, and I was just discussing this with someone last night. When you have anxiety and depression, sorry if you hear the background, my husband's trying to get the pig outside. If you have anxiety and depression, here's how it goes. This is exactly what it looks like, okay? Oh, my life is great. Everything is great. Everything's bad. It's horrible. It sucks. Life is so bad. I hate this world. I hate everything about it. Okay, I feel better now. Now, this is daily, okay? That's not all in 1 minute. One day to the next day to the next day. You never know who's going to wake up in the morning, your depressed self, your anxiety self, or yourself, your true self, the one that God created, okay? So when you have that anxiety and the depression, you're like, I need help. I know I need help. I got to find somebody that can help me with this. And then the next day arrives and you're like, oh, I feel good today. Well, did you call and try to find somebody to help you? No, I think it was just a thing. I'm okay now. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. And a week goes by and all of a sudden you're, I can't breathe. I have anxiety so bad. I can't stand this. I'm so depressed. I just want to lay in bed. And then you lay in bed for 3 days. I know I need help. As soon as I can get out of bed, I'll call somebody. And then when you get out of bed, you feel great. And you're like, no, I'm okay now. I think I'm over it. Please recognize, please, I am begging you to recognize that is depression and anxiety. It does not go away because of a good mood. It has been put in your coat pocket. And the next time you reach your hand into that coat pocket and you pull it out, it is going to be there and it's going to be so severe and it's going to be so much worse. And I have had friends kill themselves because of this. I have lost people because of this. I was one of those people. You don't need help when you feel good. Why do I need help? I feel great. I'm going to go to a counselor and I'm not going to be able to describe what is wrong with me. I'm not going to be able to say, hey, this is where I'm at. I can't even describe how it feels, but this is where it comes from. This, at least you could describe the chaos in your body. Because when you feel good, you can't recognize it. You can't see it. It's in your pocket. And God forbid you don't want to pull it back out to say, oh, here's what it looks like. Bleh. Okay. When you are feeling it is when you need the help. And if you call and say, hey, counselor, I need to make an appointment because I'm feeling crazy. I'm feeling sick, I'm feeling erratic, I'm feeling depressed, I'm feeling anxious, whatever. They're going to say, okay, let me get your insurance information. Let me talk to you. I have an appointment in 3 weeks. Okay, that's great. I'm not knocking that. But in 3 weeks, you're like, yeah, counselor, I need to cancel that appointment because I feel great. It was just a thing. I just went through it. And believe me, that's exactly how they feel as a human being is I'm better now. It was something I went through. I'm over it. I'm okay. I guarantee you it is coming back. I lived that for over 20 years. I'm okay now. No, I'm better till it comes back. It is not something you can describe when you feel good. And when you're going through it, you can't talk about it because you're in such chaos or such rage or whatever it is. It can take over your life. It can control you. It can end your life. And I'm here to tell you, you can get help even when you feel good. If you don't want me for a coach, I will refer you to somebody else. Please get the help. I'm actually watching it happen now to someone I love very dearly, and they refuse to get the help. They refuse. I say no because it only happens sometimes. And when it does, I said, yes, but when it does, last time you were getting ready to kill yourself. And just before you did, you called me. What would have happened if I wasn't there to answer the phone? And it kills me every day to know that this person will not get help because they feel good now. They don't need to reach out and get help because they're okay now. It's just a thing they went through. What happens when it comes back and somebody doesn't answer the phone for them? There are people that understand what you're going through. There are people that understand that feeling. There are people who care enough to help you out of it. There's no shame in it. There's not an ounce of shame in who you are. We just need to work on fixing it. Guys, sorry it was pretty emotional today. I know it started out a little silly, but guys, mental health is no joke. And I'm tired of losing people from it. And I know that working with people who feel this way and go through this, I know that I'll probably have a lot more hard times because I'm trying to help. And I know emotionally it's rough on me because I remember the pain of going through all this. I remember what it felt like, and I just want to help you. I want to reach in and save you years of that pain. Okay, that's enough of that. Remember when you start needing a moment to take those 3 deep breaths and to recognize all the mechanics that are working in your body and all the good that is there. You guys, I hope you have a fantastic day. I will see you all tomorrow right here on the Morning Muse, 9:30 Central Time. Bye.